So previously we talked about the Sniperwolf damning and disgusting video that showed up a couple of days ago. I feel this really showed a true character, and I mean, it's already been wiped off the internet, so where do we go from here? And there's also been more fallout in the Jackfilms and Sniperwolf doxing issue that went on, with Sniperwolf's sister piping up on Twitter in some desperate attempt to sort of be a marketing ploy potentially. I find it crazy she's still on the platform, so shall we see if the big bad wolf can manage to blow her own house down? So hello, I'm jjjackfilms and welcome back. We cover the weird and wonderful on the internet, and unfortunately for the third time in a row we have to cover Sniperwolf, because I just can't believe how she hasn't had any consequences happen to her yet, considering all the nasty behaviour that she's been up to, especially with this video that is, it's just wow. I find it quite frankly shocking that nothing has happened around any of her platforms that she works and lives on. So we're going to cover a load of this, but first I think it's best that I give you an update on the Jackfilms and the Sniperwolf situation. But before I do, if you are interested in how the situation goes and pans out, please do hit the like button and subscribe. It'd be lovely to have you here. We're a very small channel. So you definitely didn't miss it. Jackfilms unfortunately got doxed by Sniperwolf. This was on her Instagram, where she showed a photo of his house. It was ridiculous how it happened. I can't believe this actually happened, like full stop. You wouldn't expect this from any creator of any size. And I mean, it is breaking the law. It is quite literally breaking the law. So since this is all dropped, I'm quite astounded that there has been nothing that has happened from either of the platforms, be it Instagram or YouTube, around, well, she's done this. What are the consequences for this? Like, do something. Like, poke the bear. Quite frankly, considering the seriousness of this, and then if you add on the horrible, abhorrent video that we'll get onto later on, the update towards that, because we were one of the first to break that story. I just don't understand why there's been nothing that's happened or done, or any sort of revelation that's come out from either Instagram or YouTube. But there was actually one thing that came out, because someone on Twitter used their genius mind and IQ to actually bait out YouTube and basically prove that they're in the wrong. So Clarissa on Twitter asked, Team YouTube, hey, what's your policy if a YouTuber doxes another YouTuber? And YouTube responded, we don't allow harmful behaviours like threats and doxing. This resource has more info about a harassment and cyberbullying policy. Also, if your face/personal information is shared, you can share a file privacy complaint to request. Which, I mean, I know brand accounts have to do this, but like, please just be a little more detailed. Like, instead of just pointing to the policies, like, they're explicitly not saying that it's outright like you should be terminated, and there's probably a reason why. If you go and read these articles, it seems like, well, it's typical terms of service, so it's quite funny. I find it quite funny that they've just sort of batted around the bush a little bit, like no direct answer, just, oh, read this. And not only did YouTube get battered here, they even got battered by Twitter because the community context came in. YouTube still has not taken action against Sniperwolf, who doxed Jackfilms' house on Instagram story that was later deleted. The poor brand account manager has probably just woken up at 9 AM, had a coffee and a cigarette, and sat down and just got peppered. What a horrible day that must have been. Jack responded to this tweet because obviously it's pointing out the obvious without stating Jackfilms Sniperwolf. With this tweet, could you please look into this? And quite obviously there was no looking into this. Like, there's nothing that happened. And the reason why is because she has 34 million subscribers. She does something stupid like 4 to 8 million views a day. Like, that is a ridiculous amount of money and views. And guess who's going to be benefiting from that? And until she becomes like a massive brand threat, I mean, I know, if you don't know, she has been dropped from G Fuel. And that is one brand, but we still have quite a few to go. And I don't think until she becomes like totally unmarketable, which, I mean, one look at her tells you that she's probably never not going to be marketable, it makes a bit of a sour story. Jack then also quoted this post on top of it. The best time to remove Sniperwolf from the platform was Friday night, when she showed up to our home, filmed and posted a live video of our house to her 5 million Instagram followers. The second best time is now. That is quite literally obvious. Like, you can see exactly what happened. Like, it doesn't take someone special to look into this to realize, oh yeah, look at what she's done. It's so obvious that she's taken this. There's so many receipts that she's taken this and done this action. So it's so obvious. Why is there this internal investigation going on? I'm aware that you're looking into the situation, but this is black and white and holds dangerous implications if it goes unchecked. That is also the massive thing for me, the fact that if this does go unchecked, this means that in the future, people who become so big that they're uncancelable, essentially. So they can do whatever they want and get away with it. And this sounds nothing either scarier or just a big manipulation of power that can happen. And I really do trust YouTube to sort this out. I do think they will eventually, but I think they are probably crapping the pants right now because, I mean, it's a lot of money to lose. Or maybe if it's not even money, like, maybe they built her up for so long. I don't know, but it's not right that she's either still here or hasn't even been, like, remotely penalised for what she's done. A day after this happened, Jack actually posted a video on his YouTube channel as well, just briefly explaining.
I've never once had someone come to my home and vaguely threaten me. SSNiperwolf needs to be deplatformed.
That's the main thing. She has turned from someone who just does shit content that it's very easy to rip into because it's shit, to becoming this sort of figure. It's a dangerous figure. It's a very dangerous figure to have around not only the platform but just in general, like in life. Someone that's willing to go that extra step to make someone else's life horrible. And it asks a lot of questions around, like, morality here. Like, it's so obvious. What's going on? Why?
Because we're dealing with someone who genuinely thinks they're in the right for A, stalking me, and B, posting our home to her massive audience.
And that's something that I actually do find quite hilarious. The fact that she has ignored him for so many months. She's subtweeted him and then stopped doing it. She could have DM'd him. She could have done a lot of things to get near him. But instead, what she does is decide to drive all the way to his house to take a photo. And then what are you going to achieve with that? Like, come on, you're a big girl. And this is the thing, Jack has probably, like, just really pissed her off, and she's been so quiet about it with the lawsuit that's going on and then also this video that's come out. It's probably just hit ahead for her. She's probably just decided that enough's enough, and it happens with some people, but why wouldn't you, before, with your massive following, if you want to talk like adults, actually do it over the internet first instead of going to someone's house and vaguely threatening them online, which is public. Like, it's ridiculous that she could put anyone in this position, yet alone another YouTuber. So, I mean, I hope action happens, and I hope it kind of happens soon. And a lot of people also didn't spot that SSNiperwolf's sister was not only, like, going back and forth with people, but, like, staunchly defending her sister online. And quite honestly, I think, considering looking at her Twitter page, it seems to be a marketing stunt in a very weird way, because obviously this is, like, a really bad thing for a sister to do. And the most annoying thing is that she knows that she's totally in the wrong, but she's just, like, pretending to be funny, and it's obviously, considering the situation, it's not coming off well at all. So someone called out a previous tweet of her saying, "Suck my nuts," basically, about the behaviour problems, and she replies very diligently with, "Can you at me? I need followers." There was another one I saw, "You and your sister are cowards," and she replied, "How am I the coward when Jack is afraid of a £110 girl?" And this actually made my blood boil, because it's not the fact that there's this £110 girl that's there. It's the fact that 5.6 million people can potentially see where this YouTuber lives, and quite a lot of them will probably have a distaste towards Jacksfilms. For someone to bat it off as a joke, like, obviously, this is the thing, I know that she's just doing it for attention, but it drives me nuts, and it's insane. And I don't even know why SSNiperwolf would allow her sister to say stuff like this, because it only makes her look worse. It only makes her look like more of a dick. So this is the entire point in it. She's just doing it for attention. She's a scumbag, clearly. I've barely seen anything of her, and I definitely will not be looking again. But she can totally get in the bin, and obviously, like I said, it shows the kind of person that not only Sniperwolf is, but the people around her, they're enablers. They let this happen. They are yes men. They will want people to think that they're in the right. And obviously, quite frankly, no one is going to approve of what she's done. And the only person who will approve of what she's done is her fans. But her fans won't know because they're too young for Twitter. They're too young for Instagram. So I guess we'll just leave the tweets at that for her because she's fucking annoying, alright? In this video, I also wanted to give you an update regarding the video that we posted a couple of days ago. We were one of the first people to do it after me getting sent it by someone. I uploaded within a couple hours of seeing this. But if you did miss it, I'll leave it in the end card of this video, so definitely do go and watch it because it's so important to the character of Sniperwolf. But essentially, someone saw that she uploaded a video 9 years ago, which was Mum Caught Kids Twerking Funny Omegle Moments, which quite literally showed a child that was twerking. It was instigated by Sniperwolf, which, I mean, saying it again, it's disgusting. And she wasn't only instigating it, she was also egging them on. For example here, twerk for me, I'll show tits, I love a big ass, twerk. So it was really, really bad, and it shows so many questions around her. Why was this video up so long and had advertisements on? How did this always get glossed over, and how much more is potentially out there? But essentially what's happened with this video is, since I covered it, quite a lot of other people covered it. I'm not saying I was the first one to do it. I don't know if I was. I don't think I was. But since then, a lot of channels have got onto it, and very rightly so, because of how serious it was and is. And it turns out that that video has now been deleted by her channel managers or herself. Which, I mean, good, well in, you've not acknowledged anything to do with the video, you just tried to silently delete it and pretend that people won't notice. Like, well done. It's absolutely ridiculous that it were up for so long, and it's weird that it was, like I said, glossed over, but it's good. It's a good job that it's off the platform now. And also, apology, something like that, just give us something. But you won't even do that because you realise how disgusting that is now. Also, I thought I'd just mention a couple of things that I saw in the comments, because quite a few of these comments actually made my blood boil, and it really makes you think what's going on in some people's noggins. Did they even have some sort of sentience to them? Did they even understand, have cognitive thought? Do they look at what they're doing and think about what they're doing? Because it actually astounded me, some of the arguments for Sniperwolf in this allegation. I didn't get it, so I'm just going to bar these now. Someone said that it doesn't matter because of the statute of limitations, which basically in America means that after a certain amount of time you can't be charged for a crime. So that's perfectly fine then, isn't it? Like, oh, it doesn't matter. She didn't do it then. Like, even though it's so obviously there, it doesn't matter if she gets done for a crime or not. It's about the character of a person. She should be done for a crime, but she can't, so she won't. But yeah, how does that mean anything? I also saw this was normal for the time, which, I mean, I really want someone to show me that this was normal for the time. I haven't seen many videos of people using their power as a attractive female or male get a man or woman to do something like this on Omegle that is a literal child or a teenager. If you can forward me on some stuff for that, I'd really appreciate it. I also saw quite a few, it's not bad what she did, and I mean, if that's not bad what she did, I really worry about how your home life and child life is. If this is what you constitute as normal, you have to be either psychopathic or there is definitely some weird morality going on in your life. I'm sorry to break it to you. And the final one that I saw is that the address is already on the internet, so she's not even done anything wrong. And I just want to tell you that shut up, because that's not true. Just because something is on the internet, you could probably find a lot of creators' addresses on internet. You could probably find your own just by doing a couple of searches. Like, it's that obvious and public, but at the same time, you don't go dig into it to try and find it, first off, and then second off, you don't actually go over to the house and take a photo of it when you've got this massive drama going on in front of 5.6 million people that don't like that person to try and instigate violence. That is essentially what she did. The entire point is not necessarily that she shared the address, which it is a actual felony in itself. It's the fact that she shared it to a load of people that can then go to her and attack. It's like, it's ridiculous. They're both wrong. They're both so wrong, but it's the fact that she's done it in front of a load of people publicly. So hopefully YouTube will actually sort this out, because I'm losing faith here. It's ridiculous how long this is going on. Why just do something? Like, it's not like it's not obvious. It's such an obvious thing. Just get it done. Just do whatever you need to do. I'm also glad to see so many people cover it, because like I said, it's quite a pertinent point to me, because it's so bad and it needed sharing, and I'm glad that it's been shared. But this is the thing with Sniperwolf. We need to bear in mind the kind of person that she is, the character that she has. She has previously been in jail. She is currently getting sued. She's going to be pissed off. Like, there's a lot of factors going on in her life right now which actually make you think, like, it kind of makes sense she's done something like so nasty. But what do you guys think? Please tell me in the comments. And I mean, I'm going to keep up to date with this, but yeah, that's it for now. Honestly, people astound me. I've been JJBaz. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.